Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to see how to print these three patterns using C language. Let's start with the first pattern. To print the first pattern, let's create a file for the pattern 1 with the name pattern1.c. We are saving this file in the downloads folder and we saved the file. So now we'll write the code to print the pattern. So now first we will include the header files using the C syntax, that is hash include stdio.h. Then we'll create the main function. In the main function we'll write the logic to print the pattern. So to print this type of a pattern we use two variables. Okay. Let us consider two variables as I and j. So we declare I and j, like we initiate I and j using this statement int I comma j semicolon. In C language every statement is ended with semicolon. Now we'll use two for loops to print the following pattern. First for loop is for rows, number of rows, and the second for loop is for number of stars or asterisk to be printed in each row. Okay, so we are running this pattern for 5 rows. For example, let's take, so from 1 to 5 we run the variable I, and inside I we write another for loop for j, so which runs from 1 to 5 again. So in each line we are printing 5 stars. So we keep the statement print star in quotes and we end the statement with semicolon. Here we'll write the statement print \n. This statement helps us to go to the next line. After printing the first line, so the cursor goes to the next line. So now to run this program we have opened the terminal and we have directed to the downloads folder in which our program is being saved, and we use the commands to compile the program. So our program is compiled without any errors, so we can go ahead and run the program. When we run the program we got the output. So in place of these stars we can also keep any other symbols, and we can print the pattern using different symbols also. Like here we have given hashtag symbol, and then we got the same pattern using hashtags. Okay, so let's move on to the next pattern, and we'll see the third pattern first, because the first pattern and the third pattern the code is little similar and easily understandable after the first pattern. So let's see the third pattern and create a new file for the third pattern. Okay, we are saving this file also in the downloads folder. Now let us write the code. We'll start with including the header file stdio.h. Then we created the main function, and now in this main function also we use two variables I and j. So okay, here it is comma, yeah, int I comma j. We have initiated the variables and we use two for loops again, one for the number of rows and another for the number of stars in each row. So here I is for the number of rows, that is from 1 to 5 we want to print 5 rows, and j is for the number of stars. So if we observe in this pattern, for the first row we are printing 1 star, for the second row we are printing 2 stars. So the number of stars in each row is equals to the row number. So we use the logic j equals to 1 to j less than or equals to I in this code. Okay, so like this we will run these two loops in to print this pattern. Okay, so we print the stars from 1 to I, that is row number, and after completing each row we'll print the \n, that is we'll go to the next line we move the cursor to the next line. So in this way we can write the code for this pattern. So while I is equals to 1, j value is from 1 to 1, that is the inner for loop will only print 1 star, and we'll go to the next line then. So I value is incremented to 2, and the inner for loop is run 2 times, that is for j equals to 1 and j equals to 2, and the loop will print 2 stars, and so on will go up to 5 rows. Now if we compile this code, so we use these commands to compile the code, and our code has compiled without any errors. So we can just go ahead and run this code. So here we got the output. In this way we can print the pattern. In this examples we have took only 5 rows, but we can print the same pattern up to any number of rows by just changing the value of I. Yes, we have changed the character to A, and we got the pattern using the character A. Like this we can print different type of patterns. Coming to the next pattern, let's see the second pattern. To write the code for the second pattern, let's create a file for the pattern 2 first. And we have saved the file. Now again we'll start with including the header files into the file. Then we'll write the main function. In the main function we'll again declare 2 variables I and j, and we'll use 2 for loops to print this pattern. To print this type of pattern we use decrement operator. For the previous 2 patterns we have used increment operator in the for loops, but here we'll be using decrement operator. To use decrement operator, the initial value of the variable should be high, and it should be decremented by 1 for every iteration. So we are writing 2 loops, one is for I and a nested loop for j. So we are running the loop of I from 5 to 1 in a decreasing manner, and we are running the loop for j from I to 1. This is also in a decreasing manner. So we'll print the stars, and then we'll give the print next line statement. So this is the code for second pattern. So let's run this code. We have given the commands to run the code. So the code is compiled without any errors. Now we can run the code using the command /filename. Pattern 2 is printed. The stars are printed in a decreasing manner. So we can also print the similar kind of patterns using different characters and also different number of rows. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe.